Invictus Gaming's turn to pick.
Sniper!
LGD Gaming's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining.
Faceless Void.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. "30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Never refuse gold given.
Invisibility! Denied.
I think I'm straightened out now, by the way. It was a simple thing. Like I said, we had somebody in the studio that was using the station before, and do believe they switched away and changed a couple of things, but we should be straight on stream and everywhere else now. So do apologize. I could tell that the end game was a little screwy based on the little icon over on the right, the little bubble that comes up when you talk. It was basically running red line. But yeah, I think we are quite good to go. So very sorry about those delays, but at 2 minutes in, at least we didn't miss a first blood. Hell, I've been in games and missed first blood, so we're already doing better than some circumstances. Looks like In July's had enough of that bottom lane, as he's going to make his way now into the jungle. And this is becoming, I think, the standard now. It's almost like a bad rider, really. And you know what? Enigma's going to have this option as well. He's level 2. He'll probably hang a little bit longer. I don't know. Like, it doesn't look like this. Are they going to push this? No, the equilibrium going to be pretty close to even. They're doing a good job of zoning him. And now that he's at level 2, he's going to go ahead and duck into the jungle as well. He's going to end up running right into MMY. And they... All right. See ya. Have a nice day, I guess. Yeah. And right now, Ferrari is doing pretty well CS-wise as well. He's at 10 to the 12 of Yao, and given it is an X-Sword build out of Yao, usually you expect this lane to be bossing things around a little bit. His build, 1-1-2, so he's got 2 points in the take aim very early on, and now he takes his second point in a shrapnel, so everyone let Merlini know. He'll be very happy. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, MMY is going to smoke within July. We see the courier dropping something off. Yao has a glove of haste on the courier. They're going to try to bring down Ferrari. And this is how you need to manage a sniper. I mean, he's one of those mid heroes that the more leveled he gets, the more of a pain he is to try to cope with, just because of range and the bonus damage that comes from headshot. Chuan is actually smoking through too. This could be a big engagement. There's going to be a sentry, and they're going to spot Chuan. Chuan, fire blasted, and they're going to collapse on him. This is probably our first blood. Very good awareness, very good anticipation. Dropping that sentry. And first blood earned by LGD. Well played.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Chuan caught again. He just respawned. Sunstrike's on the money, and they get him before he can even get off a Wraithfire Blast. That is a very angry Chuan, I guarantee it. He's just saying, why me, man? But it's a very good target to hold down. He was level 3 on this Wraith King, and has really not been that effective so far.
Short-sighted of you.
Yeah, it's been very, very typical. I completely agree. He is doing fairly well for himself. He's now check that. Never mind. I thought for some reason I saw the Ember and assumed that was him. Not the case, as he's sitting at 7 CS, but he is almost level 5, so he will be contributing a bit more value in the near future. Up at top, what we're going to have dropped off? Well, it is a, yep, Hand of Midas being picked up by the Void. So Midas, I think we can expect to see at least 2 out of LGD, perhaps 3. In fact, I would wager 3 as the Invoker is headed in that direction as well. So that means they're just not that worried about weathering the storm of IG. And it is going to be a tough composition to cope with. Chuan's going to TP into mid. Ferrari in some trouble. There's going to be the Wraithfire Blast to try to buy time. He's being chased and is brought down by one last auto attack. Chuan does not have enough mana for another Wraithfire Blast, so Yao will make it away. That's going to make it 3-0. Losing Ferrari, quite a big deal. You know, you send a hero like Sniper mid, you got to protect him. And now that's a Midas done on the Void. Very likely a Midas in progress on the Doom. And Yao, I think, just bought his as well. Yeah, it's on the way to him right now. Yeah. It's like Blur for PA. It's like TA feels tanky as hell then until you get an MKB and you're like, wow, I 4-shot her. Right. Well, I think you're on the money there. The Wraith King, I think, is supposed to serve that purpose. That's why they drafted it, just to be that big target, that big bullseye walking around in the fights. It's going to just draw a lot of attention. And he does that by waddling around, and you just fear his ulti, and you fear what that's going to do to your team. I think the Ember is going to serve that purpose to a certain extent, especially if he's well-farmed. The way that we see June in particular play Ember very frequently is not necessarily as a pure hard farmer. He loves to get into fights, loves to move with his team. And we actually see Chizbug is body blocking in July. June's going to come over, Searing Chains. Did get him, and he may be dead here. He used his Scorched Earth, and yep, they got him. And MMY got there, but a little bit too late. Now Chuan's there. Wraithfire Blast, Sunstrike's off the mark, caught nothing but creeps. MMY chased under his own tier 1, and that's going to be a double kill for June. And was just saying, oh wow, how did the Skywrath die there? I didn't even see. What? Go ahead. Yeah. But yeah, like right there, I mean, that's an obvious instance. But June tends to play that way. And even though he's not that super tanky, naturally tanky hero that you were talking about, kind of pseudo-tanky, he still draws a lot of attention in the fights. And him drawing that kind of an attention is going to give Sniper a little bit more room to operate. So it's just a question of how good LGD is with their target prioritization and if they're going to be distracted by the big bad Wraith King and the flashy Ember Spirit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nope. I was watching top because I thought they were going to go on. I thought they were going to go on Chuan again. Solo Chrono on the Ferrari. Caught in mid. TP's coming in. Damage isn't there. He may have a chance. And there's going to be the global silence as well. Sylar unable to get the job done on his own. Can they get him down low enough? Yep, there's the black hole. They're going to get him with the Assassinate. And June's there to help clean house. So suddenly IG with June pursuing back Yao now. Doesn't have a single point in the Wex, so he can't Ghost Walk. He's going to die to the Flame Guard. But now the Doom on the June. June's actually going to take a couple of tower attacks here as well. And I think he's dead. I think he's going to end up dying by the time all is said and done. It's got about a quarter time. Wow, Wraith King manages to find a kill on the Silencer in the meantime. Oh, and in July got juked. MMY's there, though, to help clean up. So action everywhere on the map. 12 kills in 10.5 minutes. 7-5 as IG is fighting back with a vengeance. Let's take a look at our gold graph for the first time. And yeah, IG was trailing by as much as 2,000 gold at one point. Now 1,500 in their own favor and dead even on experience after trailing for 1,500. So they've certainly made up a lot of ground in the last few engagements.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, excellent. All right, let me deal with that. I thought here, hopefully it's fine. I just reset the audio, and hopefully that'll be fine. Oh boy. Yeah, that's why I don't like people in the studio. Anyway, Faith dead here in a hurry, and Chuan gonna take a Sunstrike, and June pursuing out MMY, and there's gonna be the assassinate. So good kill for Ferrari. That's a double kill for him when all's said and done, and they're gonna catch Siler from behind as well. Siler in trouble, got silenced, and yeah, he's dead. Huge turnaround in the last couple of minutes for IG, as they now lead 8-7. They take a 3-for-0 exchange, and they're going to take a tier 1 top.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh, I know. I know.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
June right up Yal's tailpipe. And there's the mech down on the Doom. He is really playing riskily here. He's got about a quarter time left on his invis, just keeping an eye on them. He's kind of blocking them a little bit. They have to suspect this. They don't. Yeah, they have a sentry, actually. Yeah, there it goes. And now June caught out. They're going to try to re-engage coming from the low ground. MMY will be able to make it away as they wisely decided not to engage uphill. But yeah, that was so risky of him. He was walking right in the middle of him, and after a while, they just bumped into him too many times to not notice. Dropped the sentry and almost killed him. Did not. Yeah, I definitely think this is a soul ring game for Chuan. He's got so many issues in terms of guaranteeing his ult goes off, and a soul ring certainly would shore them up. He's going to walk right into a horrible situation. Now here comes the rest of the team. They're going to realize it. Void hanging around the back and looked for a chrono, got silenced by Chizbug. Now he's going to pursue them out. It's actually a really nice escape and a really nice disengagement from IG. If they'd have decided to push into that, they probably would have given up quite a lot. Instead, they pull back and lose nothing. Up at top, Luo going to be focused and couldn't get the chrono off. Now he does, but he's going to be, yeah, I guess he has damage help from Yao. So the Malefice ticks don't matter. In the bottom, we've got In July melted down. Chuan did get doomed, but June is right up front, chasing down Faith and burning him down with the Flame Guard. Faith doesn't have enough mana to do anything worthwhile except die. 2 for 2 now. Here comes the TPN. Going to be Yao, and they're going to engage immediately. Fire Blast does not connect, and they bring him down simply. Chizbug's the one who receives the Fire Blast. He will be hit with Ignite, but MMY is going to end up dead nonetheless. Triple kill for June. That's a 4 for 3 exchange, and they're going to be more than happy with that. As, yeah, that's a pretty significant change in gold given how relatively close everything else was. But more importantly, June survived it all. And he's already making good progress to his Battle Fury. He only needs about another 1,000 gold in mid. Yep, In July lands in. Trying to do what he can. Faith actually blows the global silence. Is that going to be enough to keep July alive? No. No, didn't think so. I was waiting on the assassinate. So he ends up dying anyway, and now global silence is off cooldown. And it just feels like LGD is coming apart at the seams.
Shrapnel!
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
There's that Mantodon, as you said. Now, what does he go next? Does he go like a Maelstrom? Does he go a Desolator? Does he go... I'm still a fan of the Blink, especially against this team. They do have ways to get on top of him. Then that's the thing. Like, if they want to get on top of him, they have to overcommit to do it. And that's fine. If you've got a Blink and you're fast-fingered, it's just they overcommit and then you can punish them for it. The Manta, I think, gives him a fair amount of damage for now, and is going to give him a little bit of innate survivability and create some confusion, but I still would really like a mobility item.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I think Maelstrom makes sense.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Would be kind of nice if he had the Maelstrom buff to stick onto Chuan. Just get him up front. Or not the Maelstrom, but the Mjolnir. And Sylar just eats a big assassinate right in the mouth. Did a ton of damage. And they could slow siege this, actually. This is something that the sniper is surprisingly good at doing. LGD is doing what they can at bottom. In the meantime, pushing with Faith. Poor Faith is every bit of level 7 right now. He is the lowest level on the entire map, and that's not what you want for a silencer pick. You want him to at least be getting some levels here and there. That way you can get his level 2 and 3 silence up at a decent clip. As of right now, he feels forever away. That's an easy kill on Sylar. Oh, no, he actually backtracked. He backtracked right at the end, or he would have been dead. So he does manage to make it away. Now they're going to try to counter-engage. There's the last word on Chuan. Here comes In July. MMY's right behind them as well. They've got 4 on the side of IG, and it looks like they want to fight. They also have Black Hole. And, yeah, Chuan just going to go right on back in. Chuan's actually going for a semi-carry build on this Wraith King. Skipping Blink Dagger and going right for the armlet. Yeah, he's struggling across the board for sure. Taking a look at the overall net worth, we can see it's Ember, June, and Ferrari on the sniper, who are leading the way in net worth. In July, could be a victim here at bottom. They do have a ward down that sees him all the way back. It's going to be expiring right now, though, so they're going to be losing a key bit of vision. But I think they can just slow siege forever. And it's a shame. Well, I shouldn't say a shame. If they had gone something like a Boots of Travel build on Luo, he could do this, shove in a top lane, and then teleport down for a 5-man. And I actually really like that approach to Enigma in a lot of cases. A fairly early set of Boots of Travel just for that purpose, because it's really overlooked how good he is at shoving lanes by himself. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on board, man. There's no reason for him to build a BKB, I don't think. Like you said, they have Global Silence and they have Doom. And one of those two is going to be cast on him in every major fight as these games get going a little deeper. And speaking of, he's going to be caught. MMY's there with the Fire Blast. Gets a 2x multicast. He will mech through that damage, but here comes In July. Sunstrike, Money in the Bank. And yeah, they're not even going to have to cast anything else on him. Chuan's going to come in and try to help, but ends up being the dead Enigma to begin with. There's 2 heroes caught with the Searing Chains, though. Chuan does have his ulti, and they're going to try to pursue this out. Chuan happy to be taking damage right now. It's going to be MMY caught with the Wraith Fire Blast. Doom goes on the June, though. Perfect target, and he's dead. He took a ton of damage on his way out. Yeah, he's finished off. So IG overstepping themselves a little bit. And Chuan suddenly finds himself with no backup. There's his ulti procced, but they're not going to care as they're just going to chrono as soon as he comes back in and right-click him down. He is level 11, so it's not the max duration on downtime for it, but nonetheless, costly engagement that time. Chuan really got ahead of himself trying to save the Enigma. I don't think there was any saving him to begin with, and that kicked off an engagement that really they were just at a disadvantage at from the moment it started.
Top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's possible he could just be going straight Deso too, just hanging on to the Mithril Hammer for now until he makes up his mind. But I wouldn't mind that. It would allow them to take Roshan a little more quickly, and we saw they actually went in for a minute there and thought better of it. 5-man smoke from LGD, as they suspected what was up. In fact, they didn't suspect it, they saw it. Had a ward down, and they rush into the pit, nobody there. And now they're going to take it. And they should be able to get this fairly quickly. Yeah, they absolutely will. And let's see if IG's, yep, they're going to smoke again too. They're not going to get there in time to stop the Roshan, though. We'll see if they want to engage on the way out. Still early enough in the game, they may decide to. Yep, they're going to try to catch him at low health. Here we go. So there's the Global Silence. We're going to see Sylar come out, gets the Chronosphere. Only got Luo, though. He's going to work simply on the Enigma. Down he goes. Behind that, Chuan doesn't have his ulti. He's going to end up dropping. Ferrari got silenced and has to run. And Chizbug being chased by summons. One more auto attack from someone will do it. Yep, Sylar got him. Ends up being 14-16 as the dust settles. 2 heroes down. Ferrari couldn't do anything, but actually, no, wow. That was a buyback from the Enigma. I didn't even catch that. Didn't even see that. That's actually tremendous. I was going to say, I could have swore there was 3 down. So, yeah, the Enigma buys back. It's a gold change of 2,500 and 3,400 XP change. That is tremendous for LGD. Well, what I think we're beginning to see here is how important mobility is going to be for IG moving forward. Chuan, no Blink Dagger. Skyrath, no Blink Dagger or Force Staff, though he may be getting one now as he's picked up a Staff of Wizardry. No mobility item on Ferrari. Naturally, June is kind of mobile, but no Blink Dagger on Luo, who is actually going to grab a pipe as he's completed his Hood of Defiance as we speak, which is fitting in with our motif of teamfight items. But I like what's happening is if there's a decent chrono at all, it's just a one fight for LGD, especially. And like to me, the biggest head scratcher is Chuan running into that fight with his ult down. Like he had his mana sap from an EMP, so it would have been pointless to begin with. But you know, if he's going to lead in these fights, he needs a soul ring. Like he is going to end up being caught by EMPs if he's going to be their primary run-in initiator and primary frontline fighter. Without a soul ring and without it even off cooldown, it was coming off cooldown just as he died. Like, it was just, like you said, kind of bizarre. I understand the thinking of, oh, okay, maybe they're a little low. They shouldn't be able to take Roshan that quickly at this level. But the follow-through just wasn't there, and everything was off cooldown. Oh, wow. Siler just wasted a BKB charge. He saw an illusion of the Skyrath, thought it was real. Yep.
Haste.
Oh, great reaction. Now they're going to turn it around. Global silence. They catch Chuan from behind. He still has his ulti. Looks like they don't want to spin the chrono. He could have maybe caught one, but didn't want to spin it on nothing. So global silence is going to be spent. And that's kind of a win for IG. They didn't lose anyone, and they did get that on cooldown for 2 minutes. If they want to go, now's the time. But again, just the importance of mobility. That reaction from Yao, so quick, and it kept him alive. There's an urn done for Chuan, and he's continuing to just forego Soul Ring. I think that's a big mistake. I really do. Yep. Aegis reclaimed, and Roche will be back up in about 5.5 minutes now. Yao has got 3,200 gold, as well as his Blink and his Necro. And speaking of Blink, Sniper did get the Blink up now. And I definitely think that's the right call. I mean, I'm still surprised that he didn't get it before Deso, but coming out now, I think it's essential. Otherwise, because we're seeing a trend. What's happening is anytime they fight, if Global Silence is available, which it's going to be right this second, they go in and engage, and unless it's the perfect engagement, they're able to disable 2 or 3, which is tough. I mean, they don't have a team that's particularly that great in that department. I mean, Chuan's got a good single target disable, but other than that, you're hoping to hit Searing Chains or a Black Hole, and that's kind of tough when you don't have a Blink or a BKB, and you're against the Doom and a Silencer. Unless they're somehow managing to catch 2-man Searing Chains and a Wraithfire Blast, Global Silence goes off, and LGD just turns it around in the back of a Chrono. So having the ability to back off and reset these fights for Ferrari in particular, who is really carrying the water for them at the moment, is absolutely critical. And I still think Chuan is going to need one, and the Enigma at some point needs one as well. Yep. for now, both teams taking it easy. They're dodging fights. The Doom, BKB up for him. And he is not nearly as farmed as he'd like to be, but he didn't build a Midas this game, so he's sitting roughly middle of the pack. IG gets a ward down in the jungle. And it looks like both teams are just going to take their time scaling into the rest of this. But honestly, I think IG could really put some pressure on LGD if they just set up shop, got a good spread. But again, you know, I hate to beat the horse that's already, if not dead, then in real mortal danger of its life. They finally got a 4-staff up on Shizbug, but without mobility items, it's so hard. If they just have blinks on Chuan and on the Enigma to go with the blink on Ferrari now, I feel like they could just set up shop outside of these tier 3s and siege them to death with nothing but Eidolons and Shrapnel and make them come out to fight. And if you're quick, you can just reset after they leave the base and then take the fight on your terms. But sadly, not the case right now. June super dead. MMY's there. There's a Sunstrike. Yep. MMY, just an observer. Didn't even need his Fire Blast. That's a big kill for LGD. Big kill. And IG wants to get payback immediately as they're collapsing 3 to bottom. And we see the Midas used there by Sylar, but not going to be able to catch anyone. We're in a very close game right now. About 1,000 gold, if that, separating the two teams. The experience is negligible at less than 3,000 at 33 minutes in. And looking ahead now, we can begin to talk about the late game and even possibly ultra late game. I like IG's lineup in the ultra late game more than I like LGD's, I think, but that's assuming, again, they don't just lose 2 heroes to a big global silence and chrono combination. So positioning is going to be the watchword for IG the entire match. I do. Speaking of dead no matter what, Jizzbug fits that description. Here comes Luo. And, yep, he's going to black hole just to stop the TP from in July. And he's going to drop very quickly. And Jizzbug thought he was dead no matter what. Had an Enigma hanging out. Enigma, bro. As he gave him a dose of the mech and the pipe. And he stays alive. But, see, I get what you're saying about their side, but the sheer damage output, if we're talking getting 4, 5, 6 slaughtered on every hero right now, I mean, how can you not favor IG with the Wraith King, the Sniper, and the Ember? Not to mention an Enigma that will eventually get a blink. In fact, I think he's saving for one now. He's got about 2,200 gold. And I don't know, well, he would have to drop his Soul Ring. I guess he could do that or drop his Wand, one of the two. But I just think that IG scales a little bit better. And LGD, I think, would be wouldn't just have the option to do what you just said, but I think they would, at least to me, it seems like they would just about have to play that way if it got to like 60, 65 minutes, wouldn't they?
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I agree. I think it is close. Maybe we'll get a chance to see. And we can see who actually is the good Dota player, even though you have double my MMR. Yeah. Yep, right in the middle. Oh, what a waste. That's brutal. That was illusions. And if you're IG, you gotta want to go fight. This sniper is fat, by the way, and his damage output is gonna be tremendous. He is. Yeah. Picks up his crit stick, and they are ready to go collapse somewhere. Roshan is up, and if they go hunting here and don't find anyone, they may just turn and go to Roche. They're going to see the Forge Spirits. Oh, wow. Don't you wish you had a blink, Chuan? There's Searing Chains on the In July. And Luo leading the way. They're all kind of spread out. There's MMY caught on the high ground. From the high ground. And he's going to end up dead to a Searing, to a Sleight of Fist. Now, oh! He whiffed the Chrono. Whiffed it. They're running out of tools. They used the Global Silence, got nothing. Used the Chrono, got nothing. They lost their Ogre Magi. And they're going to go high ground, man. They're going to be able to do this so easily.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yep. Book creeps are out trying to run interference. And I'm actually surprised they're not being more aggressive than they are. There's going to be an assassinate on the Yao, fair amount of damage. I think if they just got on the high ground, they would be in fine shape. They would have to deal with the Doom, of course, but... Or they can just wait and try to slow siege it, like I mentioned before. Chuan running out front. He needs a Soul Ring. He's going to have all of it. Yeah, he has no ulti now.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
He's getting bottle charges. They do take the tier 3. Ranged racks, what the Eidolons are focusing upon, and they're so scared to come forward to even try to farm them out. They get a free set of racks. Now, though, the Global Silence back up in 15 seconds. Chrono should be up. Yep, at about the same time, 15 seconds. And now would be the time, right before all those come off cooldown. They got to decide soon. It is killing them not having a blink on Chuan. There's been so many situations when he could have just fought. And wow, look at the damage Siler's taking. Gonna go in once they go on Ferrari. Ferrari Mantis. Global Silence goes off. Behind that was the In July. Got the Doom off. Siler's gonna end up dead to Ferrari nonetheless. And June now being pursued out by In July. The rest of the fight rages behind that. There's gonna be the big meatball drop. Chizbuck disarmed. And Yao and Faith trying to zone them out. Behind that we can see June is still doomed. And yeah, they're gonna get MM-wide. Now Chuan's gonna come back in and they're gonna turn it around and bring down In July as well. Siler gets a couple of bashes, but now Chuan going to work. Doesn't have mana for his ulti. Goes down for the count. Sunstrike off the mark. It's a 2 for 3 so far. They're gonna try to catch Siler. He time walks over to the side. Still getting Malefice ticks. There's no black hole to be used. And June, as well as Ferrari, are able to catch up with him from behind. Another big win going the way of IG. And Ferrari's going to be careful. He is taking a lot of damage from that creep. Finally, they bring it down. That leaves 3 still standing, but 3 that are pretty banged up, so I don't think they're going to recommit to mid. Or to bottom, rather.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Yep. Right. The Chrono? No. Well, he dropped it. He dropped it in pursuit of Ferrari. And I honestly was trying to shift the camera around. That fight got very spread out very quickly. So I tried to catch a little bit of everything. But yeah, his Chronos haven't been great this game. Let's just be real about it. There's a Manta done on the Ember now. And this is by far, I think, one of the most typical builds in the Eastern scene. Early casual Yasha, and then get yourself a Manta towards the end. He has a double damage rune right now. Ferrari, in the meantime, is hitting very hard. 300 damage per shot, not including crit. Has his blink dagger as well. And at this point, it's just a matter of if and when he wants to sell his Aquila. What do you think he finishes with here? Butterfly? Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Look at this. 10-man smoke. Oh, I thought they were going to come down the hill right at the exact moment. It's 2 ships passing in the night instead as they head towards less occupied territory. I thought for sure we were going to see LGD either walk up into their secret shop or IG dip down coming out of the secret shop, and then we're going to see a clash in mid. And right about now is when they start to realize it on both sides. Like, all right, they're not on the map either. They're probably smoked somewhere. We got to be careful. And for LGD, it actually shouldn't be that hard to figure out. They just went through their own jungle, and they should know. Yeah, I think he actually just pinged over in this general direction saying they're probably in our secret shop. Yeah, we see tons of pings going off now. And a ward actually spotted them as they left as their smoke expired.
Never refuse gold given.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, I know what happened. I thought he was chasing down Ferrari, and Ferrari manted, so he must have caught nothing but the illusion. Yep. Which would mean Ferrari must have just blinked away. Well played, well played, well played. 21-19, 40 kills total, and a 43-minute game, and IG is feeling very scary right now. LGD needs a win, and they need it in the most desperate way. They have all their big ultis up. Doom, of course. Global Silence.
Dire structures are
And they're just slowly, again, they can do this. Just keep the glyph off cooldown perpetually. And bang away on this Rax. If you're IG, oh, hang on. Ember Spirit actually caught, but we'll be able to rim it. If you're IG, how do you engage this optimally? This is a very tough team to crack, no doubt. Oh, Chuan came in. BKB used. Not going to doom him, and he will go ahead and bail out. Just getting the Doom's BKB on cooldown, though, is kind of a big deal. That's a win. Yep, they want to high ground this. Searing Chains on the Forged Spirits. Doom still needs 35 seconds, give or take, on his BKB. Slow siege. And here comes Chuan. Gets off the Wraithfire Blast. Did catch in July. He mech though. And now Chuan loses all of his mana again. There's going to be the Curse of the Silent and the last word on to June. He actually got hit with the multicast. Look at that. He lost like 3/4 of his health just from that combination of abilities. So they certainly have good answers to him, and that's not even including the Doom. BKB up in 10 seconds now for in July. And they've got to decide. I mean, this is
Radiant's middle tower
yeah, they just lost their Aegis. It was just reclaimed. So they may have squandered this a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to, well, squandered probably the wrong word. I don't think they got as much out of this as they hoped they would.
Never refuse gold given.
Still feel like they're being crippled by the fact that Chuan loses his mana in every fight. Every time he shows his face, he loses his mana immediately. 1 EMP is all it takes. Having the Necro creep on him, Curse of the Silent, as you had said. And it's killing him. Like we've seen him die, what, 2 or 3 times in big fights when he didn't have his ulti? Like, the only time I can remember seeing his ulti go off this game was when he died surrounded by enemies. And, you know, it's getting late game, and I understand you don't want to spend a slot on a soul ring, but what, is there another solution? I mean, does he just go BKB and hope that's enough? Yeah. Yeah.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Wow. Let's see. It wasn't actually. It was a Mystic Staffer in July. Yeah, like you can, if you click on a hero, I think yeah. He had his Shiva's Guard recipe and his Mystic Staff, as well as the Town Portal Scroll. Yep. Not going to have Shiva's for 2.5 minutes. And IG, once again, knocking on the door down in bottom lane. IG's playing this very patient, and I wonder if it's not too patient. Like, they've got heroes that are out here now, and at some point they got to be willing to pull the trigger. They're just going hardcore armor on the side of LGD. The Assault Cuirass is the build, I do believe, for Sylar. Already has the plate mail. Shiva's done on In July, and In July takes a lot of damage. Chuan's right behind him. There's that BKB used again. It'll be expiring in just a second. As you said, only 6 seconds. Ferrari, in the meantime, manages to find himself a kill elsewhere. Sylar's going to drop the Black Hole on the Luo, but he's taking so much damage from Ferrari from behind. BKBs, and they're going to have to turn and go to work on Yao. Ferrari, though, getting bashed, and he does manage to bring him down with a crit. And he got Yao. He's going to end up dropping, but it's irrelevant. He already got a triple kill on his way to a godlike streak. That's a full 5-man wipe. And even though they lost their long-range hero, it's still a huge win as 2 buybacks come out on the side of LGD as well. Just trying to hold the line whatever way they can. And that's that damage. The interference, the chaos, that's all he needed. Just enough time to peck away at the cores of LGD. Well played.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yep. Nope, that's actually 3rd or 4th. One of the two. And Yao dead behind it though, so June's damage can't be denied. And I guess you can just use the chat wheel and say space created if you're Chuan. I mean, if you die and your team gets racked, guess what? That's a win, and that's going to be the situation now as it goes down. And finally, we have one lane totally clear of buildings, and they'll look to reset, take a Roshan, and do it again. Speaking of, big boys back up as of right now. This will be cheese on this Roshan too. Yep.
'Tis mine.
Yep, appears to be that way. I don't mind that. I mean, June, like we're seeing the big crits, and obviously watching a sniper peck away at heroes is fun. But the damage output from June is right up there as well. Sniper is hitting for right around 400 damage a shot. Ember Spirit, guess what? He's right there with him. Looks like both teams are thinking about smoking here. Sunstrike into the pit, nobody home. And there's going to be the shrapnel tossed. Here comes In July. Not smoked. They're actually, not going to smoke at all. I saw a smoke picked up. I'm pretty sure it was by Chuan. And it's on the courier. I think they're going to smoke right here. Let's see which way they want to go. Oh, if they go laneward, this could be awful. This has the potential to be a turning point in this game. If they're on point with the Chronos, Sylar's quite far away, though. He's over farming Ancients. And they're going to have it pop. And they find In July. Immediately the BKB. Everyone's got to reset Sylar. Waiting down on the low ground, hoping they'll extend out. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Injuli's BKB is now off, though. And looks like, yeah, LGD not going to pursue it out. And IG slowly regrouping to maybe go push again. But yeah, with the BKB down, this is another opportunity for them. Nope. Oh, Yao spotted. And, oh, wow. He was erased from the map. And the moment it took me to say Yao spotted, he was gone. Coming up on an hour now. And now they're going to get Siler. He's going to be forced to BKB. And they're going to be very happy. Is he going to go? He's looking for a black hole. He whiffed it. And MMY behind it. Had only a second to admire it, as he drops very quickly. Now, in July with another BKB, he's not doing anything. He's just wandering around and being just blown to pieces by these damage dealers from IG. Faith trying to TP away. Will be able to make it as they couldn't find it. What is going on with LGD? It's a fire drill. Like, they're just like running around like mad and accomplishing nothing.
Dire's courier has been
And they got the courier again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was a refresher. That was refresher. That was Siler's refresher. Gone. And yeah, this is game. Yeah, GG. What? Well, we had our problems. There's a nice rapier pickup to get our viewers some nice items. Much thanks to him. But yeah, looks like problems everywhere. People messing with my sound. The audio's all messed up. Hopefully that was straightened out and it wasn't an issue from any other point forward. And